in this video, I'm gonna talk about Navy boot camp jobs. Like, if you're going into boot camp and you are alpha or you're dominant or you just trying to rank up, like, getting into a leadership job is probably one of the best things to do for yourself. And it's gonna be challenging, but it's all gonna be worth it. Like, super worth it. So it's been like a few months since I've been out of boot camp, so I'm gonna try to like go down the list. But you have your Rpoc, which is your recruit chief petty officer. The Rpoc is like basically the one who's in charge of keeping the ordinance in the division, like making sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing, make sure everybody's just ready when they need to be ready and just acting right. So if like they're the person who, shit, I don't even pretty much know how to really explain it because our Rpoc sucked. To our last Rpoc, she was good as fuck, but for the most part, like the Rpoc is the one who like leads the division. So if you feel like you can lead some shit, go up to be Rpoc. But definitely Rpoc's never the same. Like you'll hear within every division that Rpocs change. And in our division, I know I think we had 3 Rpocs, and our last Rpoc was the shit. Like, she came in and handled business. And then you have your Rpoc. So the Rpoc really like supposed to work with the Rpoc, and you sing cadences. So if you have a voice, like, and you feel like you can sing loud and like lead the division, because when you're marching, the person's gonna sing cadence, and you have to be super loud, especially if it's a big division. You want to make sure the whole division can hear you, because you're gonna help keep the division on step. And then what's next? Oh, you got the master of arms. So if you're gonna be the MA, just be prepared for like nobody to like you. Like, that's just what it is. Nobody's gonna like you. You have to like dead ass be the one to keep ordinance in the division. Like, we had one MA, and I didn't even know she was MA until like the middle, because like you would hear her, but you never would see her. You just didn't know who she was, so nobody listened to her. And then our second MA, man, she fucking sucked. And I got her hired, and she sucked, and I used to get beat for her second. Like, she just sucked. Nobody listened to her either, and nobody listened to her, period. Our third MA, she rocked that shit. She came in towards the end and just was like, look, I don't care if y'all like me. I'm not here for y'all to like me. Y'all need to listen, because we need to get through boot camp, period. So if you can come in, you got a strong attitude, you got a strong demeanor, you don't give a about anybody's feelings, you're not there to make friends, like, become MA, because if you're a good MA, you'll definitely get advanced. And then yeoman, I was yeoman. That's the best job. If you're trying to advance, yeoman's the best thing to do. Like, it's the most stressful job, but it's the most rewarding job, because you're with the RDCs in the fishbowl. Like, you'll have your own desk in the fishbowl. And I know a lot of people are like, man, I don't want to be with the RDCs. Like, nah, like, I don't regret being yeoman, not one bit. But it's definitely like the RDCs will rely on you for everything, because as yeoman, you do all the paperwork. Like, you will handle everybody's documentation, like what they're achieving, what they're not getting through. Like, you're in charge of appointments. You're in charge of just making sure everybody's doing what they need to be doing, like as far as appointment wise, and making sure they're passing all the things that they need to pass in order to graduate. So as a yeoman, you have a big responsibility. But I'm gonna make another video specifically my experience as a yeoman, so stay tuned for that one. You have your starboard and port watch leaders, and they're the people who make like the watch bills. I would never be any of those. Like, you have to, like, if you don't fuck up, or you don't, like, you're like super organized and can just construct everything, then do that, because that's a very tedious job. And like, you're in charge of at starboard watch, you're in charge of the deck log, and the deck log is super important, because it's basically, you document everything on there, and if it's wrong, which a lot of the times it will be, because it's the recruits that are writing on it when they're on watch. It's going to rely on the starboard watch leader to make sure that everything's correct on it. So, and be friends with them. Like, if you friends with the starboard watch, like, it's going to be cool, because you're not going to get bullshit, shitty watches. But if the starboard watch don't like you, just be prepared for that. What's next? Oh, the section leaders. So section leaders, I think every role was important in boot camp, because everybody played a different position. But section leaders is like in a compartment. Like your racks are separated into different sections, and like as a section leader, you gotta like ensure that your section is looking up to par. Everything is good. Everything's looking good. The racks look good. They're clean. Like everything's in ordinance. So if like the RDC comes and everything's not good, that's your ass, because you're responsible for it. So that's like, I think section leaders were important too. What else? Oh, you had laundry PO. Like, though, like these jobs are like the jobs that like nobody wants, but like can be rewarding as well. Like laundry PO is in charge of everybody, basically washing everybody's drawers, making sure like it's washed at certain times and like done by a certain time. So that can be very, very draining, because if people ain't got no drawers, they gonna look at you like, I need my shit. What's that? Why you ain't doing the laundry? And people give laundry PO like a hard time. You got what else? Oh, and head PO too. Head PO is an important job. Like, you basically gotta ensure like that the head, which is the bathroom, that is clean, is up to par. Like, because if it's not, there's like a little speck, like any little speck of dirt, that's your ass. And for your last few ones, you have the education PO. Like, basically that person just helps the recruits out and making sure they're studying their study guide, learning what they need to know, because you're gonna go through like series of going to classes and learning different stuff. So the education PO, like, basically just educates. You got the male PO. The male PO, like, we didn't get our male PO until the end, because like we were in ROM and always switching stuff because of COVID. And then you got your athletic PO that just, when we're like doing exercises, they help. But that's pretty much it. Like, to me, I think the best roles like in boot camp is yeoman. Period. Yeoman and being a good Rpoc. Rpoc, yeoman, and be a yeoman. That's all I can say. Be a yeoman.
That's my little baby.